ensure that women have equal opportunities in education and employment, I think what we can do is with children, just raising children to know that there's no fundamental difference between men and women. I think sometimes these ideas of masculinity and femininity are limiting because femininity sometimes might deny women the opportunity to be leaders, because it sometimes might suggest that they should be soft and that they should be less outspoken and less vocal. And sometimes to be a strong leader, you have to be outspoken, you have to be vocal. Um, also, and converse with masculinity. Sometimes masculinity requires for you to be a dominant, leading person. And to be a leader, sometimes you have to recognize you can't always be the dominant force in the room. So I think if we destroyed or got rid of these masculine, feminine, gendered ideals, I'm not saying that we reset society to one where there's no gender or no understanding of differences amongst people, but not allowing women to be limited by these terms or these differences. I would say some of the things that I admire about the women in my life have been their connection to God and spirituality. I'm specifically thinking about my mom. My mom was the strongest woman that I know, that I knew, I guess I should say. My mom passed away in 2011. But her faith just drove her. She was such an amazing woman that had this commitment to God, and just every conversation was just imbued with the sense of purpose and self. And don't worry about things because God got it. Why worry if you're God's child? You know, it warms me. I'm humbled. I want to be the professor that I know I needed in the classroom. When when I started college, I didn't feel much very comfortable in who I was and what I knew. I always felt like a smart person. My family members always told me I was a smart girl, but I never felt intelligent. I never felt comfortable with what I knew. So I aim to be the professor that makes students like me feel comfortable, because there's so much that students bring to the classroom. A true classroom space is a classroom space where students are learning, but teachers are learning also, because there's a lot to learn from students. So if a student does see me as an example, I feel like I'm doing what I'm purposely put out here to do. You know, if I can speak life into another young woman who wants to go into academia or who wants to go into teaching, then I've done my job.
Great answers. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing your info.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You could do it again. That's okay.
Okay.